Welcome back to the deep dive. Great to have you with us.
Good to be here.
So today we're tackling something I think, well, pretty much everyone grapples with at some point. Have you ever thought, I want to make a change in this world?
Oh, absolutely. That desire to, leave a mark, feel like you mattered. It seems pretty universal.
It really does. But here's the interesting bit, the kind of hidden step. To really have that impact out there, you often, maybe always, have to start in here.
hmm Change yourself first.
Exactly. Which leads us right to the big question for this deep dive. Why is changing ourselves just so darn hard?
Yeah.
We've got a really insightful source today, actually, a TEDx talk that explores this exact challenge. So let's unpack this.
Yeah, let's do it. Our goal today, really, is to get practical, move past just wanting to change and figure out, how it actually works.
Right.
We're digging into the source for that wisdom, those actionable insights on overcoming the hurdles, looking for clarity, maybe some surprising facts too.
Perfect. And let's kick things off with something super relatable. Our source uses this example, Emily.
Yes, Emily.
So picture Emily at the start of the year. She makes this list, right?
Yeah.
And it's ambitious. We're talking learning 4 languages.
4, wow.
Yeah. And reading 30 books, studying the interpretation of the Holy Quran, a really deep spiritual text, plus daily sports, learning to draw, getting top grades.
Okay, that's a lot.
It is. It's inspiring, sure. But then the source points out the classic ending, years over, and most of those boxes still unticked.
That sounds familiar.
It really does, doesn't it? So many of us start with these huge intentions that just seem to fizzle out. What's going on there?
Well, what's fascinating here, and the source touches on this, is why Emily's approach often backfires. It connects to something psychologists call the planning fallacy.
Planning fallacy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's our kind of built-in tendency to seriously underestimate how long things will actually take and how many, bumps in the road we'll hit.
Okay. Like we plan for the ideal scenario, not reality.
Exactly. The source gives this great image, someone maybe just chilling, watching TikToks, who suddenly expects to become this super achiever overnight, tackling that massive list.
Right. Bit of a jump.
It's a huge leap. We overestimate what we can cram into a short time and totally forget about, well, life.
Right.
Work, family, unexpected stuff, just feeling tired.
So it's not just the number of goals, it's this fundamental mismatch between the plan and the real world.
Precisely. And that sets up this really discouraging cycle. You set these huge, maybe unrealistic goals. You start. It feels hard. You don't see those big instant results you were picturing, so you get frustrated.
Oh, no idea.
And then you stop. You just give up. It's totally human, but yeah, not helpful for actually changing.
So what's the fix then? Just dream smaller.
Well, the source suggests something more like setting smarter goals. More logical, more achievable ones. Goals that actually factor in those life challenges from the start.
Okay.
So instead of 4 languages in a year, maybe the goal is 1 language per year. Still ambitious, but, doable.
That makes sense. It feels less like giving up on the dream and more like building a better staircase to get there.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. And the power of that smaller, smarter goal is psychological when you actually achieve it.
You feel good.
Right. Your brain gives you that little dopamine hit. It reinforces that habit, builds that feeling of, hey, I can do this.
Okay.
And that success becomes fuel. It motivates you for the next step, the next goal. So you build momentum with small wins instead of getting crushed by impossible tasks right out of the gate.
That leads us perfectly into the next big idea, doesn't it? The
Yeah.
power of just keeping at it, consistency,
Yeah.
showing up. It's not just the goal, but the sticking with it. And the source brings in this really powerful wisdom from Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Yeah, that was striking.
The deeds that are most pleasing to Allah are those which are done most continuously, even if the amount was little. That just hits home, Perseverance, continuity, they're everything.
It really ties into this idea of success being like a long road. You can't just teleport to the end.
Yeah. No skipping steps.
Nope.
Yeah.
You've got to take step after step after step. And yeah, sometimes you're tired, sometimes it feels pointless. But the key is just keep going.
Keep moving forward.
Do something. Even if it's what the source calls the bare minimum. Just don't stop completely.
Right. Because those quick, flashy results, they often don't happen.
Exactly. But the consistent effort, that adds up. It accumulates over time, even if you don't see it day to day. Eventually you look back and realize how far you've come.
It's like building muscle, I guess. You don't see it after one workout.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
And the speaker in the source shared a personal story about this, right? With sports.
Yeah, they decided, I think it was 5 months before the talk, to do sports every single day.
Hmm. And admitted they didn't enjoy it much at first.
Not at all. Found it tiring, exercises felt harder, the usual struggle.
They kept going.
It kept going, stuck with it, and eventually started to actually like the results, feel the benefits.
Yeah. And that's the crucial part. It's not always about these giant earth-shattering goals.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's about embedding these small, consistent actions. They build that momentum.
It changes who you are, almost. You become the person who exercises or reads or whatever it is.
Exactly. Identity-based change.
Yeah.
That's powerful stuff.
Okay, so we need achievable goals, we need consistency, but sometimes the barrier isn't inside us, is it? It's pressure from outside.
Ah, yeah. External challenges.
Yeah.
Resistance.
Which brings us to determination, real, unwavering determination. And the source shares this incredible, really quite dramatic story about Dr. Frances Olden Kelsey.
Oh, right. The thalidomide story.
Exactly. We're going back to the 1960s. There's this drug, thalidomide, being used widely, a sedative supposed to help pregnant women with morning sickness.
And it was everywhere, right? Like
Yeah,
46
yeah.
countries or something. Germany, Japan. Really common.
Super common, popular, seen as safe. But then, why it gets really interesting.
Yeah, because Dr. Kelsey enters the picture. She was working for the FDA in the U.S., the Food and Drug Administration. And despite this drug being popular literally all over the world, she had doubts. She was skeptical about its safety. The data just didn't convince her.
So she pushed back against this popular drug.
She did. She fought against approving it in the U.S., and she faced serious resistance. People apparently called her arrogant, stubborn.
Wow. That takes guts, going against the grain like that.
It really does.
Yeah.
Imagine the pressure. Everyone else seems to think it's fine. Maybe there's commercial pressure too. But she stuck to the science. She wouldn't approve it.
She just didn't give up, insisted on her theory.
Exactly. She held firm. And tragically, the experiences in other countries proved just how right she was.
Yeah, the consequences were devastating, weren't they?
Horrific. Children born with terrible deformities, often missing arms or legs. The numbers are staggering, around 10,000 children affected like that, plus thousands of miscarriages or deaths.
Unbelievable. Just because of that one drug.
But not in the U.S., because Dr. Kelsey stood her ground. Her determination, her refusal to back down, she's credited with saving American society from that catastrophe.
She literally saved thousands of lives.
Thousands. A true hero. All because she was determined and stuck to her principles, even when it was incredibly difficult.
Her story really makes you think, doesn't it? It raises that important question. How often do we back down? When we face opposition or just when things get tough?
Yeah.
Do we give up on what we believe is right?
Yeah. What are the potential costs when we compromise our convictions too easily? It's a sobering thought. Her determination had such a massive impact.
It truly did. So determination is key. But finding that inner strength, that consistency, where does it come from? The source then does something really interesting. It turns to family wisdom.
Yeah, the advice from the generations. That was a lovely part.
Yeah, seeking guidance from parents, grandparents, even a great-grandmother. So what does this all mean? What wisdom did they find there?
Well, what's fascinating is how diverse the advice was, yet how it all seemed to point towards similar core values, themes of effort, consistency, faith, integrity.
Okay, let's hear some.
All right, so from the great-grandmother, there was this Arabic proverb, something like, Allah created her more beautiful than me, but more hardworking than me. This should not happen.
Wow, that's intense. It's not about comparing looks, but about ensuring your effort is unsurpassed.
Exactly. A real call to give your absolute maximum. Then one grandmother listed 3 keys to success: fear of God, perseverance, and sincerity in your work.
Strong foundations.
Definitely. And she added this lovely bit about how we're always learning, that you can even learn hard work from, like a bee.
Yeah, the industrious bee. I like that. What else?
The grandfather stressed patience and giving everything the effort it deserves. Echoes that consistency point again, right? The long road.
Patience and effort.
Another grandmother offered a more spiritual map. She said life basically has a catalog for success and happiness, the Quran and Sunnah.
The core Islamic teachings.
Right. The idea being God created us, knows what's best, so follow that divine guidance. Like a blueprint for a good life.
Gotcha. A framework.
Then the father emphasized sticking to your principles, your beliefs, and working hard on them. Integrity again.
And the mother?
The mother's was quite stark, actually. She said our lifespan is just made of days. Waste your time, you waste a piece of your life, you waste yourself.
Oof. That's a wake-up call. Don't waste the days.
Yeah. So all these different voices, different angles, but they all circle back to effort, integrity, being mindful, using your time well, treating life with intention.
It's like a multi-generational guide to living purposefully,
Yeah.
really grounding stuff. Which kind of brings us to the wrap-up, the core takeaway from the source.
Mhm.
It boils down to this: changing yourself. It's hard. We've seen why: planning fallacy, consistency challenges, needing determination.
Hit by hard.
But, and this is the crucial part, it is possible. The key step, the thing that unlocks it all.
Start today.
Start working today, not tomorrow. Take that first step, however small, and the source uses that beautiful analogy, right? The caterpillar and the butterfly.
Yeah, transforming yourself.
Working hard, going through that maybe uncomfortable process to become like that butterfly, to become, as the source puts it, the best version of yourself. It's not about instantly being the butterfly.
Yeah, it's about doing the caterpillar work first.
Exactly. Being a very focused, maybe slightly sleepy but diligent caterpillar for a while.
And that transformation, that journey to becoming your best self,
Yeah.
that's ultimately how you make that change in the world we talked about at the start.
Ah, it comes full circle.
Perfectly. That initial desire to have an impact. It starts with this personal work. It's the foundation.
So self-improvement isn't selfish, it's necessary for bigger things.
I think that's exactly the point. If we connect this to the bigger picture, becoming your best self allows you to contribute more effectively, more positively. It's the starting point for making that wider difference, like ripples spreading out.
What a powerful way to frame it. An amazing deep dive today, really exploring not just the why of change being hard, but the how of making it happen.
Yeah, lots to think about.
Definitely. So thanks for joining us on the deep dive. As you process all this, here's a final thought to chew on. Which piece of that generational advice, or maybe which psychological insight, like the planning fallacy or consistency, really struck a chord with you today? And more importantly, what's one tiny, doable, consistent step, that bare minimum even, that you can commit to today to start moving towards your own transformation? Remember, those small steps add up.
And maybe think about Dr. Kelsey, too. That determination in the face of pressure. How can you channel a bit of that spirit towards your own goals, big or small? Starting small, staying consistent, and holding firm when needed. That combination really does have the power to change your world.